This gaming PC just came into the shop because the second you turn it on, instead of loading into Windows, well, it freezes every single time on the ROG logo. And it doesn't let you into the BIOS because if you press delete, it does absolutely nothing. So then what exactly is going on here? Well, this is a perfect example of why I only buy motherboards with diagnostic LEDs. Because it tells us exactly what's going on. See, when your system turns on, it goes through something called post, or the power on self-test that your computer runs on every single startup. And we'll see that it actually cycles through these LEDs on this Asus motherboard, going past the CPU, DRAM, then VGA, and then it gets stuck on the boot LED. Which typically means one of two things. Either you didn't install an operating system, which isn't the case with this system that was working for almost 7 years, or in the case of this system, you just have a faulty drive. And really, this shouldn't surprise you. It's made by T-Sunbow. I've worked in IT repair for almost 11 years now, and I've never heard of that company. So I can almost guarantee you this is the culprit. But to know for sure, we can just go ahead and disconnect this drive. And with that disconnected, we can turn the system on, where this time the system actually loads up into the BIOS. And just to confirm it wasn't a one-off error, you can connect the drive up to see that we're back to that same exact error, including that helpful diagnostic LED. So it looks like this no-name brand drive is just throwing the fault. So to get the system back up and working, we're gonna go ahead and replace it with a drive that's not only more reliable, but also about 14 times as fast. And because this is an M.2 SSD and not a SATA drive, it's gonna get installed right on the motherboard below this heatsink. Just like so. So now that M.2 drive's installed, let's pull out this dead drive, which just slides up and off just like that. And although I would have loved to clone this drive over to our brand new SSD, it's not possible because this drive's in way worse shape than you might think. Because if I try to dock this drive in another computer, it takes this system to a black screen of death. And when I go to restart this PC, instead of loading up when this drive's connected, well, we end up with just a black screen and no signal coming from the system because it fails the post every single time. So what that means is this drive is actually throwing a short over this SATA connector. And although that really sucks, the only good thing is our customer pretty much only stored their operating system and a couple programs on this drive, and pretty much a majority of the data was on this 4 terabyte mechanical hard drive. Which means there won't be too much loss when we plug in an installation media and install a clean copy of Windows on this computer. And with that finished, this computer is now back up and running like it's supposed to, and please never buy one of these no-name drives. Stay away from them. They're only gonna cause problems.